Hello, Salome.
Hi, Papa.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing great.
Wow.
Happy International Women's Day.
Thank you.
So-
Happy to see you on the farm too.
Oh, great. So we are here today. We can see you are already busy at work.
Yeah.
Sorry to take your time.
No problem.
Can you have some questions answered? We have some questions for you if you don't mind.
Oh, I don't mind really.
Okay. So do you feel passionate about your job as an agronomist?
Yeah, I do. I would like to say, coming to Tomato Juice, although I have had a little experience with farming, our parents do subsistence agriculture where they just farm small grains, tuber crops, and little vegetables just to have some food around. So I learned some of those things from home. We did a little agri back then in school, where we also did we did some practicals, planted yams and some other stuff.
Oh,
Then coming here to Tomato Juice and working in the agronomy team has been inspiring. The reason is because you see these things real time. You plant very tender crops and you watch them grow. You watch the small plant turn to a big plant. You see it flower, you see it produce fruits, you see the entire life cycle. You see it as something you can interact with. What you add, what you subtract can impact this crop that you think do not really count or matter. And this plant, or what agronomy entails, is very inspiring, because just like humans interact with their environment, this plant also interacts with their environment, what you give them and what you deny them. Just like you, if you don't have food, I'm sure you will frown at the people around you. These crops, when they are not giving nutrients, when they are not giving water, they also react. So these interactions makes it exciting and passionate for me to see. It's always engaging. You see something new, you learn a lot. You have to refer back to your books, refer back to your boss, to others who have been in this field before. So this constant interaction, having to learn something new, makes it exciting for me working in agronomy.
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. So I'm with Salome today.
Yeah.
And my name is Joseph Bakole, and I'm here to ask more questions about your activities. I like the aspect where you said that as humans, if you don't eat, you tend to start getting weak, or you become so worried.
Yeah.
Now, as an agronomist, what would you say are the biggest challenges in your field or your day-to-day activities? What are your biggest challenges?
Okay, like you saw me drove in a vehicle. In Tomato Juice, we have several ranches, basically 3: the Cow Ranch, Boston Ranch, and Lagos Ranch. Now these ranches are in different locations, and even the ranches have different fields. So although this tomato season, currently we do tomato just in Cal and Boston, but we are looking out to starting tomato in next year in Lagos Ranch. When you go out to Lagos, you will see that the irrigation system is being set up. It's a very big work going over there.
Okay.
And it's larger than our Boston and Cow field.
Oh.
So having to move from one field to the other to monitor crops, to collect and take data, to do agronomic activities is usually not easy. Then aside the general management of the field, we usually have trials too, where we test run things, we test run varieties, biostimulants, fertilizers, and other products. And when these things are properly tested, we further recommend them to the field. So moving the tools we need from one place to another was usually a very great challenge for me personally and for my team. You trek a long distance, you have to look for a passerby if you find one.
That one is common.
To carry you to your next location if it's far away. And even with mobility being available, sometimes it's not easy the farm itself is not motorable. So you need to have motorable spaces to even move with vehicles. If you do, you have to trek some long distances, walk in between the field, jump beds to be able to see what is truly happening. So for me, mobility was one of the challenge, but currently I was given an opportunity in Tomato Jaws to learn how to drive a vehicle, and I can currently drive one. Yeah, so it has eased that aspect of having to travel from one place to another. I can now move my tools. It has a bucket. I can now move some of my tools in there, except for when we have mechanical faults or other delays. And then, like I told you earlier, interacting with crop, unlike humans where they can air out their difficulties and all, but maybe let me say like pediatricians, dealing with babies is not easy because they don't talk and all. So it's similar to the work of an agronomist. You see your crop, although you can see things happening, you can diagnose things, but that the crop cannot really say what is wrong with itself. Yes, it's really a difficulty. Sometimes you're like, oh, could this be soil? Could this be nutrient deficiency? So going into those details to problem solve and handle those swift changes, and some of those changes happen swiftly, is also a challenge. Aside mobility, we have issues with not having some work tools when we need to have it, but we hope that as the company keeps growing, those tools will be made available to make work go smoothly. One other which I think is important is sometimes maybe other sister departments may feel, oh, this is not my team. So the place of teamwork, the place of motivation, the place of partnering with people in the farm, it's not easy. You hear something like, oh, Salome's trial, you know, oh, Salome's farm, and then you know, sometimes that support is not there, that teamwork is not there. I'm not saying it's off it completely. I have people that partner with me, I have people that come to the farm once in a while. I've had people supporting me, like the guys in the lab. I'm always there, they're excited to see me, I'm excited to see them. They usually support me in one way or the other. I've seen people, oh, let me help you like that. But there are some times where you really need it and you're trying to say, oh, please, can you help me? And the person is like, just day your day.
I agree with you, because in as much as you're trying to take ownership of your job, of your responsibilities assigned to you, of the task given to you, it still comes to the general understanding that this is a teamwork. So it's actually Salome's farm, but really, we are together with you. Okay, so today being International Women's Day, what would you like to tell our viewers about TJ as a company, how we look at International Women's Day as an organization and as a staff? What would be your parting words for our viewers? Okay, so I thank Mira, the HR team, the admin, and every other person that has made this possible. I think a year back, TJ also observing this day gives the women in this space a space of recognition to tell us that what we are doing is not just useless. We are impacting and transforming our world from our Itubuta, where Tomato Jaws is located. It's not a very shouty place, it's not Abuja, it's not even in the center of Kaduna, it's somewhere in a small village called Kangini, and then it's as if nothing is really happening. But with our production and with our pursuit to take over the tomato market, at least the 10% shares, you know, there's a difference that we make in the lives of people. We relate with the farmers around, and we keep hearing how farming with us has improved their life. So I would like to tell viewers that wherever you are, you can start something small. And as a woman, don't allow anybody to belittle you. And whatever you're doing, it's good to do it. I always tell myself, and I like to tell people that anything worth doing is worth doing well. That's why I like to put the energy into my work and into what I do even in Tomato Jaws. If it's worth doing, then do it well, and you will definitely get results. So that's the word. If it's worth doing, do it well. So now, this year's Women's International Day is tagged Accelerate Action. So, man, what does accelerate action mean? So I want to hear from you. The words actually seem as what are we accelerating? So let's get to know more about this accelerate action. So see how we can support.
Accelerate in itself, it's like something not being static, something already in motion, something moving, and action itself is not a passive word. So when we now combine accelerate and action, right? I don't really know how to say it.
All right.
But as it goes, it's like, don't give yourself a stop. Don't allow yourself to be beatable. As a woman, say I am unstoppable.
Yeah.
I cannot be limited. I cannot be small. So whatever the obstacle is, I can climb over it and keep going. To me, that's what it entails.
So you hear the word. You are unstoppable. You are unbeatable. So I want to say happy International Women's Day.
Thank you.
And what's that your sign again? How do you show that dog or how do you show your hand? All right. Happy International Women's Day.
Yeah, thank you. It was nice having you here on the farm. Thank you.